Good morning, student. So, in the today's class, we are discussed about Huygens theory of positive and negative crystals. According to Huygens, each point on a wavefront act as a fresh source of disturbance and sends out secondary wavelets. When such a wavefront strikes a doubly refracting crystal, every point of the crystal becomes the source of two wavefronts. They are ordinary wavefront corresponding to ordinary rays. They travel with the same speed in all directions. And the second one is wavefront in spherical. Extraordinary wavefront corresponding to extraordinary rays. They travel with different speeds in different directions. The secondary wavefront is ellipsoidal, as shown in the two figures. One is circular wavefront, another one is elliptical wavefront. One is ordinary ray and another one is extraordinary ray, or ordinary wavefront or extraordinary wavefront. The sphere and ellipsoid touch each other at a point which lie on the optic axis y dash or y1. You observe the two figures where the two spherical surfaces, one is elliptical and circular, must be touch with each other. So where it is touch, the point lie on the optic axis of the crystal. This is because both ordinary ray and extraordinary ray travel with the same speed along the optic axis. In negative crystal like calcite, the ellipsoid lies outside the sphere, as shown in this figure. Since this shows that the extraordinary wavefront travel faster than the ordinary wavefront, as shown, except along the optic axis. In positive crystals like quartz, the ellipsoid lies inside the sphere. This shows that the extraordinary wavefront travel slower than the ordinary wavefront, as shown, except along the optic axis. You observe carefully the figure, you understand better. Huygens theory of double refraction can be applied to uniaxial crystal as explained in the next slide. So, optic axis in the plane of incidence and inclined to the refracting surfaces. So, here you are taken, that is oblique incidence. First case, let AB be the plane wavefront. You observe the figure also. Plane wavefront incident obliquely on the surface PQ of a negative crystal. The optic axis XY is in the plane of incidence and inclined to refracting surface, as shown in the figure. When the wavefront AB touches the surface of the PQ of the crystal, point A becomes the source of two wavefronts, namely O1 ordinary spherical wavefront for the ordinary ray and E1, that is ellipsoidal wavefront for the extraordinary rays. CM is the tangent to the ordinary wavefront O1, called the refracted wavefront for ordinary ray. Cn is the tangent of extraordinary wavefront E1, called refracted wavefront for the E ray, as shown in the figure. Now next, if v is the velocity of the light in air, then time taken by light to reach C from B is given by t is equal to bc divided by v. That is, time is equal to distance divided by velocity. During this time, ordinary ray traveling with velocity v0 will travel from A to M, and extraordinary ray travel with velocity ve will travel from A to N. Therefore, bc divided by v is equal to am by v0 is equal to an by ve. Rearrange to this one, am is equal to BC by V into V naught, or that is equal to BC by N naught. Why N naught we are taken here? So N naught is equal to, that is the refractive index of the ordinary ray. It is V divided by V naught. And AN is equal to BC by V into VE is equal to BC by NE. Since same, that is refractive index of the extraordinary ray, that is equal to V by VE. When N naught and NE are the refractive indexes, where N naught and NE are the refractive indexes of the medium for ordinary and extraordinary rays. The ordinary and extraordinary rays travel with different velocities along different directions. Here the semi-major axis of the ellipsoid is A is equal to BC by NE, where NE is principal refractive index of the medium for extraordinary ray. Here NE is less than, that is about the negative crystals. So now some MCQs are discussed on this topic. So the optic axis is a direction inside the crystal. The vibration of ordinary ray are dashed to principal plane, that is perpendicular to principal plane. The vibrations of extraordinary ray are dashed to principal plane, parallel. According to Huygens theory, the double refraction, every point in a double refracting medium is a source of dash type of wavefront, that is 2. The shape of ordinary wavefront is spherical. The shape of ordinary wave, then shape of the extraordinary wavefront is, that is elliptical. Dash waves travel with the same velocity in all direction. So the option is ordinary ray. The next, dash waves travel with different velocity in all direction, that is extraordinary ray. The velocity of E waves is greater than O waves in all direction except along axis in dash crystal, that is negative crystal. The velocity of ordinary wave is greater than extraordinary waves in all direction except along axis in dash crystal, that is positive crystal. The velocity of ordinary wave and extraordinary wave is same along the optic axis in dash crystal, both positive and negative crystal. For positive crystal along optic axis dash, the C option is mu naught is equal to mu V, and the refractive index of the ordinary is equal to refractive index of the extraordinary. For negative crystal along optic axis, the same is mu naught is equal to. Okay. Thank you.